ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Michigan Invitational Volleyball Tournament and the start of WCBN's coverage this season of Michigan Volleyball. My name is Joshua Tenzer, and I am joined here by Zach Linder. Zach, how are you doing on this fine, muggy, unair-conditioned afternoon?
Very warm in here, I must say.
Yes, it is.
Temperature outside 81. Usually you want to use air conditioning.
That's not a possibility here at Cliff Keen Arena, the home to the Michigan men's men's gymnastics, the Michigan wrestling teams, as well as the Michigan volleyball team. Last year, the Wolverines went 18-12 overall in their 2021 campaign for the volleyball team, including an 11-9 conference That would be it. All right. Let me turn this down. Let me turn that down. Well then. Perhaps it's working now. That's a whoops by us. Hopefully, sound is being broadcast now. Michigan Wolverines up 23-16 here at Cliff Keen Arena in the first set. And a kill by Haley Halgren, the graduate student. And the Wolverines now up 24-16, set point. And serving is Maddie Dowd. Dowd was the server during the Wolverines' long string of points. That 7-0 run in the middle of the set. Dug up by Beals, knocked over towards the Toledo side. Toledo's able to make a couple desperate plays to send it back over. Murray fakes the kill, and it goes knocked down by the Wolverines. Toledo can't dig it up. The ball sails into the stands, and the Wolverines lead with one set.
And it felt like they were watching the set. Both teams were kind of playing more of an aggressive style, looking to win points early rather than extend rallies. And I think that strategy worked a lot better for Michigan. So I think if you're Toledo, you have to look a little more at prolonging points, because the two times that they noticeably did that, they won both of the points.
So, shall we address our uh-oh? If you are just tuning in because you heard nothing but silence, that's our fault. We forgot the mute button was turned on for a laptop that was broadcasting, but that is okay, because we'll give you the recap of the first set right about now. So, the Michigan Wolverines and the Toledo Rockets were going back and forth with very short, quick points. Both teams didn't really look ready. They didn't look warmed up until Toledo went up to a 7-5 lead. That's when Maddie Dowd started to serve. And Maddie Dowd is a fantastic server, and off of her great serves, including starting with an ace, the Wolverines went on a 7-0 run. After that 7-0 run, it was broken up a little bit by the Toledo Rockets, but the Wolverines ended up going 11-2 in that stretch. Put them up 16-9. Then it did come back to a little bit of a back-and-forth game. Eventually, the Wolverines would be able to withstand that, and they won the first set 25-16. So far, both teams have 29 attacks, Michigan converting on much more of them. 15 of their 29 end up being kills. Toledo only has 6 kills. They're attacking errors. The Wolverines 5 times, so their attacks go out of bounds or into the net. 4 for Toledo. Excuse me. Who are some key players to look out for based on the first set, Zach?
I think the two biggest ones are Kendall Murray and Jess Robinson. They seem to have the biggest impact. Obviously, I do think it was definitely a good team effort. You kind of saw everyone getting involved, especially on the offensive side. You saw a lot of players really playing aggressively for those kills, but I think Murray and Robinson are definitely the two I would pinpoint that had the biggest impact for the Wolverines there in the first set.
Murray, uncharacteristically, while she has been giving a bunch of attempts, she's got 6 attempts, does have more errors than kills so far, but she's looked fantastic, especially with her assists. Now only 11 assists for Maddie Dowd so far. 2 for Hannah Grant. We'll see what happens later.
Jess Mruzik does have 5 kills. It didn't look like she's been involved as much as Robinson or Murray, but the numbers don't lie. So she leads the team in kills. So she's also been a critical component to this Michigan team.
Those 5 kills put Mruzik's season total to 46, raising her kills per set average just a little bit. She has 4.1, as of before this game, she has 4.1 kills per set. An offensive powerhouse is Jess Mruzik, and to think she's only a senior. Next year she'll be even better, even stronger as a senior. Did I say she was a senior? I meant she was a junior. I feel like I said she was a senior. To think she's only a junior. Pardon me. Maddie Dowd, the senior, defensive specialist and great server. Pardon me, setter and great server. Maddie Dowd has really stepped up, as we said, in Scottie Johnson's absence. Scottie Johnson not playing with the team right now, and we don't know why, but that's okay. Probably some sort of injury. We don't know, because the University of Michigan, as a student organization, is not very forthcoming with their students' injuries, except for football and basketball, because there's national media coverage for those two teams. And if you don't tell the national media who's injured, they're going to be much more unhappy than we are at WCBN Radio. Michigan leads 1-0. Served by Patty Mormon to start the game, start the set. Sails down the sideline. It's a point Michigan as it goes out of bounds. Wolverines take an early lead 1-0.
Feels like Toledo's missed on a lot of serves, which has made it hard to give them any momentum.
Robinson with the serve for the Wolverines. Played up by Toledo. Kill attempt made by number 17 in yellow, Taylor Alt. That goes cross court and in. Evens it up at ones.
Taylor Alt has been one of the biggest impact players for Toledo up to this point. I think they need more key contributors if they want to even up this game.
Alt makes the serve. Definitely not as comfortable serving, as she serves from a standing position instead of a jumping or a running position. Toledo and Michigan keeping it up. Dowd sends across to Mruzik. Mruzik with the kill attempt, dug up by Toledo. It sails back over towards the Michigan side of the net. Dowd is back towards Mruzik. Mruzik sends it the same exact way. 2 digs by Toledo's back left player. I'll tell you who that is in a moment once I can see the number. Kendall Murray tries to kill attempt, and they're saying that touched the line. Point Michigan. Oh, not that touched the line, that it touched the block in front for Toledo. And it appears that was Patty Mormon, the one who dug twice. Haley Halgren, the server for the Wolverines, the graduate student. Kill attempt by Toledo, dug by Kendall Murray, but that sails far into the student entrance. Evened up at 2s. This is looking much like the last set, the start of the last set, with neither team being able to string together consecutive points.
And like the last set, the first 4 points all going to the returning team.
Felice serves out of bounds. 2 service errors for Toledo out of the 3 points that the Michigan Wolverines have won. And now serving for the Maize and Blue, Jess Mruzik.
To me, this is their biggest undoing. You're trying to get momentum. You win a point to get the serve. You can't just give the point and the serve right back. I think they need to play a little safer, more fundamental.
Mruzik, cross court with the serve. Sent weakly up right to Maddie Dowd, who with a kill, I believe that is her second kill of the game on her 4th attempt. She's so far perfect on the kills, having no errors, with a hitting percentage of 50%. Mruzik serves again. That's the first time a team has won consecutive points this set, putting Michigan up 4-2. Sent over by the Wolverines, touched the block by Dowd, and Bonnie goes up and over the block, through the hands, drops towards the middle of the court. 3-4 Wolverines lead now after Toledo gets the point back.
Toledo within 1 with the serve, see if they can get a string together and at least tie this game.
Defensive specialist Abby Ray with the serve, sends it over for the Wolverines. Dowd puts it up for Mruzik. Mruzik with a tip. Goes up and over the block, but able to be kept up by the Toledo Rockets. Grant sends it up, and the Wolverines send it over. Not a hard kill by number 9 for Toledo, Olivia Vance, but she manages to thread the needle between 2 blocks, send it to the middle of the court, where that weird electrical cover is, and the Wolverines have succumbed 2 consecutive points to the Toledo Rockets. It's 4-4. Dowd sends it up behind her back, and Jackie Bonney comes from out of bounds, plays the ball cross court with a kill. Point Michigan, and that's the momentum shift that this team might need. Strong point.
4th kill for Jackie Boney today, 2nd on the team.
And a service ace by libero Hannah Grant. Perfectly placed in the back right corner for Toledo. A diving number 7, Abby Ray, for Toledo. Can't keep it in play. She manages to lie down to get the ball, but doesn't send it back towards her teammates. Another serve by Grant. This one goes out of bounds past the baseline. Point Toledo. 6-5 is the score. Wolverines lead.
First missed serve by Michigan this set. Still have the lead. And I think as long as they can keep Toledo from going on a huge run, I think Michigan will be in good shape to keep control.
Rachel Pierce serves. Wolverines send it weakly back over the net for a kill by Toledo. Can't tell you which player. I believe that was Olivia Vance again. Yes, it was.
That's correct. She's started to have more of an impact here in the second set as Toledo ties at 6-6.
Rachel Pierce, the junior, majoring in accounting, serves the ball for Toledo again. Wolverines able to control it. Kendall Murray with a kill. Point Michigan to pull ahead 7-6.
Kendall Murray getting back involved. First kill of this set, 4th on the day.
Another assist by Maddie Dowd. That puts her at 13 total. And now, after the assist to Dowd with a strong serve. Kill attempt by Toledo, blocked up by the front line of Michigan. That was Halgren with the block. Wolverines send it back over, but Toledo keeps it up. And it goes out of bounds on a long play by Olivia Vance. Point Michigan, 8-6.
Teams now alternating 2 points back and forth, still leaving Michigan with the advantage.
We'll see if that breaks the pattern here. Dowd serves out of bounds. Service error by Maddie Dowd. And it is 8-7. So Toledo has a chance to keep the pattern up.
Which would tie the game.
Rain Jacqua. Perhaps Jacka? J-A-Q-U-A is how her name is spelled, and we have no pronunciation guide, but so we're going to keep calling it Jacqua. Kendall Murray with a kill attempt. Toledo's able to send it back up, but then Halgren sends it right back down towards the front line of Toledo, who had not had time to recover. Point Michigan, the pattern is broken. It's 9-7 Wolverines. Now serving Kendall Murray. As we said during the first set, but you couldn't hear it because we were muted, she likes to play on the back left corner, and that's where she's serving from. Wolverines, the Rockets, able to keep it up and barely tipping it over the net is Peyton Mormon, but her tip goes out of bounds. 10-7, Wolverine has the largest lead of the second set. 3 points, it's 10-7.
See if this is the chance for them to finally go on a run instead of just alternating points.
Murray with another serve. Comes down in the center of the court. Kill attempt blocked by the Wolverines. Both Robinson and Mruzik with the block, but neither of them knew who was the last one to touch it. So when the ball came back down on their side, neither of them could touch it. No one else was in position to get to it. Toledo wins the point.
Little miscommunication there. Not a huge issue we've seen from Michigan up to this point.
Peyton Moore with the serve from the back right corner for Toledo. Knocked up by Grant. Wolverines send it back to the Toledo side. Toledo with a strong kill, dug by Murray. That'll sail out of bounds, though. 10-9, Wolverine lead now.
Toledo back to 1. They have not won 3 points in a row yet this set. Only have won 3 points in a row once on the day, or maybe twice.
Mormon serves cross court. Murray easily receives it. Mruzik with a strong kill, gets through the block. Toledo's able to send it back over. Another kill attempt by Mruzik. Blocked up by Toledo, but it sails out of bounds on the right-hand side. Wolverines are leading 11-9 now.
Mruzik continues to stay involved. 6th kill on the day.
Robinson serves from the right-hand side. Goes down the line, and that touches the line. A perfect serve. Getting out of the way of it was Taylor Alt for Toledo, That's a service ace by Jess Robinson. Here she comes again. Serves down the line again. Pardon me, safely received by Toledo. Kill attempt blocked by Mruzik. Toledo keeps the ball on the backside of their court. They have to send it up high with a lofting point. And they're saying that Michigan touched the net. Point Toledo.
So Toledo keeping it close. Still at 2. Haven't really had momentum all day.
It's 10-12. And the serve goes inbounds, a service ace by number 17, Taylor Alt. It's 11-12. Michigan still leads, but narrowly by the slimmest of margins. Alt, another serve from her standing style. And a kill attempt by Haley Hallgren goes out of bounds. We're all knotted up at 12. Oh, pardon me, it was on the line. 13-11 is the score.
Almost tied it up for Toledo, but Michigan managed to keep it in, keep the lead, get the serve back.
Perfectly placed kill by Hallgren, and now she serves. Kill attempt by Toledo, dug by Beals. Kept in play by the Wolverines. Mruzik with a kill attempt. That's blocked out front by Toledo and goes just out of bounds. Point Michigan, it's 14-11.
Michigan wins back-to-back, still looking for their first real momentum since that 7-0 run. Still in control of the second set.
Hallgren serves. Received by Jacqua. Played across by Alt. Murray tries to make a dig. And that's why you always keep your eye on the ball when you're in the stands. That had some heat on it after the dig by Murray. Sails out of bounds. 14-12 Wolverine lead. Serving is Felici. Played up by Grant on the Wolverines side. Going for a kill is Mruzik. That's long to the back left corner. Played by a diving Felici. Tip by Toledo. Gets over the block. Beal sends it across towards the Toledo side. Strong kill attempt blocked by Bonnie. Goes back down. It's a point Michigan. Wolverines lead by 3 again. It's 15-12. Now serving is Jess Mruzik.
Second block there by Bonnie to win that point. Give Michigan a 3-point lead and the serve back.
Mruzik definitely uncomfortable on the back line. Her serve hits the top of the net and comes back down on the Wolverine side. Service ace by Mruzik. Serving's definitely not one of her strong suits. Playing on the back line, definitely not where she's most comfortable. She loves being, well, where her position is, outside hitter. So either on the right sideline or the left sideline, although it appears she prefers the right. But either way, at the back line, she receives that serve and sends it across for Kendall Murray. Strong kill attempt towards the back line of Toledo. Hits the baseline. That is in. Wolverines lead. Still by 3, 16-13.
6 kill for Murray. Now tied with Jess Mruzik for the team lead today. And she has clearly visually had an impact.
Hannah Grant with the serve. Comes down the line. Played up by Toledo. Mruzik keeps it alive as the only player on the back line for the Wolverines. Kill by Jess Robinson. Sails cross court just out of reach of Rain Jacqua, the libero for Toledo. Michigan has their largest lead of the set, 4 points. It is 17-13, and Toledo calls a timeout.
Jess Robinson definitely had been much quieter here in the second set than she was in the first, but getting back involved with her third kill of the day. First in this set, Michigan up 4, looking to take a 2-0 lead and potentially take a sweep. They've only lost 1 set so far on their season, winning 9 out of 10 at the Lumberjack Classic in Flagstaff, Arizona. Both teams opening the year with tournaments in Arizona, going 3-0. The Rockets were in Tempe, Arizona. Wolverines in Flagstaff. Wolverines now hosting the Michigan Invitational. They'll host Morehead State at 7:30 p.m. tonight, and then finish against Loyola Chicago at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon.
So once you're done listening to the football game on WCBN's YouTube channel, you could just press the channel icon and then tune right into the volleyball game.
Should transition pretty seamlessly, assuming the football game ends around between 3:30 and 4. You get a little break and then come back, listen to volleyball at 4:30.
I always assume that Michigan football games are going to take at least 6 hours. That's what it feels like, at least. Especially the early ones. Oh, my goodness. Now, you may be excited for the first game of the season just to see how the Wolverines play, and I agree with that. I am as well. Having said that, only bad things can happen if it's the first game. We learned that last year with Ronnie Bell. We learned that, it must be 15 years ago with Appalachian State. Only bad things can happen. It's not a good day. Although it will be interesting to see the quarterback competition. Another serve here by Grant. Goes down the right sideline. Toledo tries to make a kill. And just getting to this game for the first time is Chopra. She makes the block. And a kill by Toledo sends the ball to the baseline, but not past it. 17-14. Toledo gets the serve back.
So you get the first point out of their timeout. We'll see whether they can build momentum.
And it appears that was all the time that Chopra was playing. She is no longer in the game. Kill attempt by Robinson, blocked out front by number 17 in yellow, Taylor Alt. That'll go out of bounds just on the other side of the sideline. Wolverines back up by 4. They are 7 points away from winning the set. Maddie Dowd, the server from the back right side. She'll go cross court. Kill attempt by Toledo. Diving dig attempt by number 9, Hannah Grant. And I'm not sure what the call was there, and I don't think the Wolverines do either. But it appears Toledo's point.
Maybe said it hit the ground.
It's possible.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Not sure. All right. I thought she got to it. Apparently I was wrong. Let's see what the score sheet has to say on that. And nothing yet. Service error by Toledo. Michigan back up by 4 as it sails past the baseline. Well, Olivia Vance got credit for that kill on that confusing point. Such is life. Service error by Rain Jacqua. Allison Jacobs serves for the Wolverines. She's subbing in for the first time here. Wolverines getting some of their bench players a little bit more experience against this Toledo squad. Her serve sails into the net. Wolverines still up by 3.
Interesting doing the subs now because it is only a 3-point lead. So
especially compared to last set, which got up to, what, it was 11 points?
Right, somewhere around there. They won by 9.
Serve received by Jacobs. Wolverines play the ball up. Point Michigan as a kill from Robinson sends the ball down towards the back right of Toledo's defensive zone. Michigan 5 points away from closing out set number 2. Robinson serves from the back right corner, goes down the line, received up by Alt, just goes back over the net, blocked back down by, it appears, Serena Niambo. She's also having her first look at the ball this game, and it was a great point sending it over the net, because when Toledo tried to play it up, it bounced into the net and back down. Wolverines 4 points away from winning this game. Timeout by Toledo, and that will count as a kill for Serena Niambo. That is her 4th of the season. She's played in 2 sets so far.
And immediate action.
And now this is her 3rd set of the season.
Immediate action there, coming in as a sub for that point, and right away gets involved. Obviously, you can see the level of comfort Michigan has rotating in some of their bench players in a set that really doesn't seem like a huge lead, but they feel comfortable enough that they have a little room to test things and can still hold on and go up 2-0.
Having said that, the Wolverines are ahead by 5 points. They are 4 points away from winning this set, but I do agree with you. It feels strange that it's this set is when they choose to play with their bench.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously had a larger lead in the first set. You think maybe they do something, but more interested in just putting that away. Now, a set that they never, it feels like they have control of, but they've never shown dominance at any point. And yet they still feel really confident that they're going to win this set.
They are still keeping their best players in along with the bench players to maybe guide them a bit. They've got Halgren, they've got Robinson in there as well, Mruzik. Kill by number 12 in yellow, that's Felici. Goes just past Nyambo's hands. Point Toledo. Nyambo, the freshman out of Troy, Michigan. 6'2", playing middle blocker. Taylor Alt serves, strong serve, and they're saying that the Wolverines touched the net. It appears that that was Halgren. Oh, it was Maddie Dowd, rather. And they're saying it was a double touch. Wolverines try to keep the ball up. Knocked right back down by number 15 for Toledo, Jada Boyer. Toledo pulls within 2. And Michigan putting Kendall Murray back in, taking out Allison Jacobs. Nyambo still playing.
Definitely some intrigue happening here. Toledo takes the timeout and quickly cuts a 5-point deficit to 2.
Serve received by Mruzik. Kill by Nyambo. A beautiful kill. She got up there and sent the ball straight down to where no one was. No one even had time to react on the Toledo defensive side. Michigan 3 points away from winning this set, and that is why Michigan picked up Nyambo, why they looked for her as a commit, because her kills are fantastic. Kill attempt by Jada Boyer. Sails out of bounds, puts Michigan within 2 points of winning this set. And at 6'2", despite being a middle blocker, she is the third, Serena Nyambo is the third tallest player for the Wolverines, and has such power. Point Toledo after a kill attempt by, Felici. Tipped by the block of the Wolverines and sails out of bounds. No one's able to get to it. 23-20. Felici serves. Saved by Grant. Nyambo tries to get a kill. Touches the block of Toledo. And after a couple of desperation plays, Toledo's able to send the ball back over. Another attempt by Nyambo. Touched by the block of number 13 in yellow, Rachel Pierce. And that's another kill for Nyambo. It's her third of the set for a personal record with the Wolverines. 3 kills in a set. If my math is correct. Yep, she does have 3 kills on 4 attempts. This is her best game with the Wolverines so far. They're keeping her in. They sent Chopra back in as well for this set point. Serve by Mruzik, dug up by Alt. Attempted kill and successful kill by Jada Boyer. Wolverines will have to break serve in order to win the set. They also need to win 1 of the next 3 points, or else win by 2 rule kicks in, and who knows how long we'll be here.
Toledo's not going down quietly. Michigan still has 3 chances here to put this game away before we reach a 24 all. You would think with how it's gone, they'll be able to do it.
Serve here by Claire Aiden. You can hear the Wolverines fans cheering on their hometown team. Mruzik receives the serve, and it hits Coach Rosen as he's protecting his player from barreling into a sharp corner of the scorer's table. Maddie Dowd doing what all volleyball players do, which is going for the ball at all costs, regardless of what's in the way. That'll sail out of bounds. The Wolverines have a 2-point lead. They just need to win 1 more to win the set.
Yeah, Coach having better ideas there, realizing that 1 point is not worth a potential devastating injury. So Michigan takes a timeout here A little nervous for them. Still, they win one of the next two, and the set is theirs. Lose the next two, and they all of a sudden would be at legitimate risk of dropping this set.
Coming in for the Wolverines, Grant, Mruzik, and Hallgren on the back line, and the front is Nyambo, Murray, and Dowd. We'll see what comes next for the Wolverines as the Toledo Rockets send their A-team. Olivia Vance in front. Anna Ramlow also out at the front. Pardon me, that's Mary-Kate Lopez. My roster sheet has the wrong numbers, it appears. Claire Eden with the serve. Floated up, Hallgren saves her from the back line. Sent back over the net for the Wolverines to play it. Kendall Murray with a kill attempt, hits the block and it stays in. The Wolverines win set 2, 25-22. Toledo made them sweat a little bit at the end there. But no matter, Wolverines up 2-0. And now they're one set away from winning their 4th straight game of the season.
Kendall Murray now overtaking Jess Mruzik with her 7th kill of the day. And you knew it was probably going to be her who would come through when Michigan needed someone to put this set away. So a close one as Michigan takes it 25-22, but they are up 2-0 and now have 3 chances to walk out this afternoon 4-0. Of course, not really walking out because they'll be back in about 6 hours.
Enough time for a stop at Mr. Spots. Get yourself a cheesesteak. Get ready for the next game. That's not my plan. My plan is Mr. Spots after the night game. If you want to contact us for advertisements, Mr. Spots. We've never done advertisements at WCBN, but
Are we allowed to?
I think not, because we're a public radio station. If you want to give us free sandwiches, we will also appreciate that. Speaking of sets, in greater sports news, have you watched any of the U.S. Open? Because Serena Williams' games have been must-see television, especially in my household.
I have not watched them. I have read about them. Of course, she's playing at 7 p.m. tonight. We will not be watching that.
In between sets, I'll check the score.
You can always put the game on your TV on mute while you listen to us call the night game.
That's correct, absolutely. Serena Williams, she beat Kontaveit in the 2nd round of the U.S. Open. Kontaveit ranked number 2 internationally. She's from Estonia, and tonight she is playing against unranked Tomljanovic. And I mean, obviously, Tomljanovic from Australia, born in, I think the Czech Republic. That's just going off of my memory, though. So sure, Tomljanovic is the quote-unquote better player. She's Croatia, not Czech Republic, Croatia. Sure is the quote-unquote better player. Having said that, how can you doubt Serena Williams against anyone? I mean, sure, yeah. Kontaveit was ranked 2 internationally, but on the other side you have Serena Williams. I mean, I don't think, now this is a strong statement, but for a very long time, we're not going to see a player quite like Serena Williams, where a single player dominates the tennis scene. Because you go on the men's side, you got the big 3. You got Nadal, Federer, and Novak Djokovic. So rarely do you have one player come onto the scene and break every record there is. Singles, doubles with Venus. It's incredible what she's managed to do. She is surely the GOAT, and she hasn't said this is her last tournament, but there's been hints, there's been rumblings, and if it is, a fantastic career. She's only lost in the first 3 rounds of the U.S. Open once in her entire career. She is, I forget her record in 3rd rounds, but she only lost once there. She has never lost in the 1st or 2nd round. And after dropping the 2nd set 6-2 to Kontaveit, it looked like it might have been time. She looked outmatched. She looked washed up, much like Venus did in that doubles game she played last night. Venus looked so done. it was unfortunate. It was definitely sad that she looked so outclassed. So many unforced errors by Venus, but that's not the point. Serena Williams has been fantastic. It's also a bit surprising seeing Serena do so well because, I mean, obviously she's Serena Williams, but she lost in the Cincinnati Masters back in August 16th in the round of 64 to 10th ranked Raducanu. In the Canadian Open, she made it to the round of 32 and lost in Wimbledon. She lost in the first round. In Eastbourne International, that's a weird tournament. It's doubles, doesn't count for her singles record. But she hadn't made it out of the first 2 rounds in any of the last 3 tournaments she played in. But fantastic. And there's a lot of fantastic pictures about where she started and where she is now. And one of the, I think, the craziest images that just shows how far she's come is there's a picture of her from her very first tournament with all the beads in her hair, holding in her braids. And now she has diamonds in her hair, doing the same exact thing. She is literally covered in diamonds as she plays. There will not be another player like Serena Williams. I am certain of it. Having said that, tennis will go on for a lot longer, and maybe there will be, but I have a hard time foreseeing anyone. She's not passing the torch. I heard this on the U.S. Open broadcast. Can't claim it as my own. She's not passing the torch. She's taking the torch with her and going home. There will not be another one like her. Anyway, after that little detour into U.S. Open news, we're here for the 3rd set of the Michigan Invitational Wolverines opener. Wolverines playing their starters to open this set. They took out Nyambo, they took out Jacobs, they took out Chopra. Kendall Murray will have the first serve. Filling out the back line, Beals and Dowd, Grant and Dowd. And then in front, they've got Mruzik, they've got Robinson, and it appears Haley Hallgren. Hallgren, the graduate student out of Texas, and she is the only utility player on this Wolverines team. Kendall Murray serves the ball into the dead center of the net. Bit too low, bit too soft. Toledo takes a 1-0 lead, and they break service. We'll see if, just like the first game, the Wolverines and the Toledo Rockets manage to switch receiving points. The serving team not winning any of the first 4. Mruzik with a kill attempt. Sales knocked back up by Rachel Pierce. Wolverines win that point rather anticlimactically. Double touch by Toledo.
And the streak goes on. Returns winning each of the first 2. Michigan looking to break that now.
Jess Robinson. Floating serve down towards the center. A kill by Jackie Bonney. Straight into the center, the setter of Toledo. Right in the chest. Not able to get her hands up in time. Michigan wins. 2 points in a row. Robinson, another float serve. That stays down the sideline. A tip by Toledo gets over the block for the Wolverines. Mruzik tries a tip of her own. Toledo's able to control. Alt with a strong kill attempt, but blocked by the Wolverines. The Wolverines able to angle their hands and block the ball down to where no one in Toledo was. Point Michigan 3-1. Robinson. Soft serve. Down the sideline again. Blocked up by the Wolverines after a kill attempt by Toledo. And a long distance kill by Jess Robinson. That came from behind the service line. Able to float the attack right down the center of the court. Land in bounds. Another serve by Robinson. Toledo's having a hard time controlling it. Sails back towards the crowd, but they are able to get the ball back over the net. Kill attempt by Mruzik. That sails down in bounds with some heat on it. Wolverines up 5-1.
So 5 in a row for Michigan. Early lead, unlike what we saw the first couple sets.
Robinson sends the ball towards the center of the defensive court. Block made by Bonnie and Mruzik. Lands in bounds. It's 6-1 Wolverines. Starting to open up a wide gap early, and Toledo calls a timeout. Did Toledo give all they had for that second set? It's a 6-0 scoring run for the Wolverines now, pulling ahead early.
May have been. I mean, I thought that even the first set, Michigan won by 9, but it was at least close for a while. Toledo took a 7-5 lead. The only point Toledo got was on a service error by Michigan to start the game, and then it's been all Michigan since. We obviously know Toledo's going to win more points this set, but we'll see if they ever make it interesting or if Michigan just runs away with it.
Last year serving wasn't one of the greatest aspects of Jess Robinson's game. She had 2 aces and 5 service errors last year. Looks like she spent a fine amount of time practicing. On 32 total attempts, she had 2 errors and no aces coming into this game. This is a great run she's put together. Her serves, which have been soft but well placed, have been the backbone of this Michigan 6-0 run. Another serve by Robinson. Down the right sideline. Sent back over by Toledo. Mruzik doesn't have the room to set up for a kill. And 4 touches by Toledo after it appears a misplay. Didn't look like it was a miscount. Number 16 for Toledo, Peyton Moorman, appeared like she tried to send it over the net. Ball bounced off her hand funny. 7-1. Now Robinson serving from the other side. Goes cross court. Kill attempt by Hallgren, sent back up over to the Wolverines side. Hallgren tries again. Tipped up by Toledo. Toledo's able to keep the ball in play, and they'll send it up and over, out of bounds. 8-1 Wolverines.
Wolverines just continuing to dominate, and Toledo never really able to put an attack together. Seems a lot of unforced errors on their part, as much as solid attacks by Michigan. Obviously, when you win 8 points in a row, you're going to find various ways to do it.
Robinson with the serve. Down the right sideline. She moved back over to the right side. Kill attempt by number 12, Ryan Felici. Blocked by the Wolverines out front. Point, Michigan. 9-1. Robinson staying on the right side for this serve. Floated down the line. Played up by the Rockets. Sent over the net softly. Kill attempt by Jackie Bonnie. Stays inbounds. 10-1 Michigan.
And it seems we're just seeing Michigan place the ball a lot better, both with where their kills are. A lot of Toledo's kills are getting blocked. Toledo's hitting the ball out more. Ball placement is probably the single most important thing in this game.
Strong serve. Diving for the receive is Rachel Pierce. Toledo's able to get the ball back over to the Wolverines side, and another tip by Bonnie goes up and over the block. Point, Michigan, 11-1.
As I was just saying, not a hard hit at all there, but placing the ball is everything. Put it where no one is, and you'll win the point most of the time.
Robinson, another serve. Goes cross court towards the middle. Reaching up and over the net is Jackie Bonnie. Point, Michigan, 12-1. She just reaches up, tips it over to the side. Another timeout called by Toledo. Let's see if this one's more effective than the last. And while we're here, I would like to personally, as Joshua Tenzer, thank Michigan IT Services for putting up a Wi-Fi router here in Cliff Keen Arena. It is so appreciated.
Looks like Michigan here, and Jackie Bonnie in particular, really playing kind of this soft tap game. Toledo does not seem prepared to get these kind of drop shots up front. Not hard hit, but just placing them in the right places. Whereas you look at Toledo slam it, and still they're trying to go for harder kills, but a Michigan player is right there to block it, and once that happens, that block is usually going to win the point.
3 straight kills by Jackie Bonnie. And sometimes tipping it over the block is all you need. If you've developed such a reputation like Jackie Bonnie has, like Jess Mruzik has, where the teams who are scouting you, they see your kills, they see how strong you are, how powerful your hits are, they will send a lot of players right up to the front to make that block. And with all those players looking for that attack, if you misdirect them just a little bit, if you put the tip on them, not much they can do because all their players are out. Toledo finally wins a point as a couple desperate plays from Michigan. Kill attempt goes out of bounds. It's 12-2. Subbing out is Robinson after all those serves. Coming in is Hannah Grant. Saying the Wolverines touched the net. That was Hallgren as she reached to try to keep the ball in play. It's 12-3 Rockets. 12-3 Michigan Wolverines. Definitely not Rockets.
2 points in a row for the Rockets.
Yes. And that's a service error by Izzy Granger, the freshman out of Findlay, Ohio. She's doing pre-business. After 2 good serves, she sends one into the net. 13-3 Wolverine lead. Hallgren, the utility player for the Wolverines, serving from the back right side. Sent right towards the center of court where Rain Jack was able to play it. And that was a fantastic play, ultimately for nothing. After a kill attempt by the Wolverines, Rachel Pierce kicked her foot up to keep the ball in play, but it sails off her shin just out of bounds. She didn't get enough height on that kick. That was fantastic athleticism, great reflexes by her. Unfortunately for naught, as Rachel Pierce's kick attempt sends the ball out of play. Kill attempt by Toledo, kept in by the Wolverines. Mruzik sends the ball down the line. After the block, it tips up. The player on the right side for Toledo tries to reach up for it, also tips the ball up because the ball was just a bit too high for her, and then it hits the ground. Point Michigan 15-3.
Largest lead they've had now on the day at 12.
Hallgren serves over. Toledo's knocks it back towards the Wolverines side. Hallgren's able to receive. Kill attempt by Murray. Kept in by the Wolverines. The whistle's blown. Point Michigan for a double touch by Toledo. Now, double touches are very common on sets because you have to get both your hands at the same exact time to touch the ball. Usually there's a little bit of leeway from referees, but sometimes when it's egregious, refs will call it. Wolverines touched the net. Point Toledo. It appears that was Jackie Bonnie who touched the net. 16-4 is the score. Wolverines lead. Slight pause as the towel boy mops up the sweat on the floor.
And it was Jackie Bonnie, officially with a block error.
Serve by Felici. Received well by the Wolverines, and a tip attempt by Jess Mruzik sails out of bounds. 16-5.
That's what they've been trying to do with those soft tips, just that one couldn't keep it in bounds.
Felici serves from the right side, cross court, played up by Grant. Kill by Mruzik, dug strongly by Izzy Granger, sails in towards the student section with some speed, hits the side wall of the Cliff Keen Arena by the visitor locker rooms. Wolverines 8 points away from winning the match. Serving now is Jess Mruzik. As we've stated before, not the best from the back line. She's great at kills, great at misdirections and tips. Here comes her serve. Played up by Granger. Kill attempt by Rachel Pierce, sails to the middle of the court, hits the bottom of the woodwork, and the Wolverines lose the point. It is 17-7. Michigan leads, but Toledo serve. It's quite the showing here today from the fans, despite being a midday Friday game. Wolverines have to make a couple desperation plays to keep the ball in play, and a kill attempt by Mary Kate Lopez, it appears. Ball goes out of play.
18-6 Michigan. The scoreboard was wrong previously. Toledo did not get 7.
It's 18-6. Nyambio comes in for the Wolverines. We saw some great offensive potential from her today. And a service ace for the Wolverines. That was the server, Hannah Grant, as Toledo is unable to receive the serve cleanly, hits the net and then the ground. Another serve by Grant, goes cross court. Kill attempt blocked down by Nyambio. Toledo's able to send it back over the net, but softly. Nyambio with the kill attempt. That touches the block. Point Michigan. And number 13 for Toledo, Rachel Pierce, is arguing that Nyambio touched the net, and I would have to agree, but the ref didn't see it. It's 20-6, Wolverines.
Michigan now only 5 points away from putting an end to this game.
They're on a 3-0 scoring run. And the coach, Jason Oliver of the Toledo Rockets, pleading his case with the referee. Long conversation. Jason Oliver does not look pleased.
I mean, he obviously isn't pleased about what's been happening all day. Sometimes it's that one call that can just really put him over the edge.
He'll go back to his bench without a review. Another serve by Grant from the left side this time. Goes cross court. Played up by Jacqua. Kill by the Rockets. Goes to the middle of the court. Untouched by the Wolverines. 20-6. Toledo gets the ball back.
20-7 now.
20-7. Toledo gets the ball back. Thank you very much. Rachel Pierce with the serve, cross court. Kill attempt by Mruzik. That sails bit long outside the back right corner. The score is now 20-8 after that kill error by Jess Mruzik, or tack error rather. Pierce, another player not comfortable in her serves from Toledo, but she manages to get that one over. And a strong kill by, it appears, that's not a number that the Toledo Rockets have, pardon me. That's Olivia Vance, the middle blocker / opposite hitter. That is her seventh kill of the day on 20 attempts. Only made 3 errors so far. Pretty solid showing for her. Granger with a kill. That goes off of Hallgren's hands. Toledo stringing together a 4-0 scoring run. Their best of the day.
It feels like this is the most momentum that Toledo's had all day. Then again, they still are down 20-10 and 5 points away from being swept.
We've seen weirder things happen here at Cliff Keen Arena, especially last year. Nyambo with the kill. That goes off the block by Granger and out of bounds. 21-10 Wolverines. And now Beals, who had a run of fantastic serves back at the middle of the first set. She's playing from the back right now. Beals with the serve. Floats towards the center. Kept up by Toledo. Blocked by Nyambio. And that'll bounce into the net after a couple of keep-up attempts by the Wolverines. Point Toledo.
So a
21-11.
10-point game once again. Toledo now has more than half of Michigan's score.
Rain Jacqua.
It's a delay of some sort.
Coach Mark Rosen is talking to the referee now. Not entirely sure what. Looks a bit less frustrated than Jason Oliver did.
As you would probably expect with how the day's gone.
Interestingly, I don't see Linder Rosen on the coach's bench. That's Mark Rosen's wife and assistant coach of the Wolverines volleyball team. I believe it's assistant coach. I don't want to give her the wrong title, so let me look that up for you. Have you enjoyed, pardon me, back to game action. Strong serve by Toledo, but able to be kept in play by the Wolverines. Granger with attempted kill, kept up by number 6 in blue. Kill attempt by Hallgren, saved by Toledo. Granger with the kill attempt. Hallgren sends it up for Beals. Kill attempt by Jacobs. And finally, that'll come down out of bounds after a touch by number 1 for Toledo, Claire Eden. Point Michigan, it's 22-11.
Serve now going to Allison Jacobs.
Jacobs serving from the right side. The junior out of Stevenson Ranch, California. Cross court with the serve. Easily received. Granger with a kill attempt. And now Jacobs tries to dive to make the dig. No such luck. As it'll hit her hands and go into the Michigan coach's bench.
Michigan is struggling to put this away as quickly as they want. I still don't think they're that nervous being up 10.
Linder Rosen's the associate head coach, part of my misspeak earlier. And now that's served by Mary Kate Lopez goes out of play just a bit too far with that serve. Michigan 2 points away from winning the set and the match. Brooke Humphrey gets her first look at the game today. She's in and serving. She's a defensive specialist, but the Wolverines do have 2 better players ahead of her on the depth chart. Although Humphrey is certainly known as a serving specialist, the Wolverines win that point easily. And now it's match point. The fans here at Cliff Keen Arena on their feet.
24-12 the score.
Cheering on serving specialist Brooke Humphrey.
Jess Mruzik had the kill on that last point.
Serving from the center, received well by Toledo. And that goes into the net on the kill attempt by, it appears, Mary Kay Lopez. And the Wolverines are your victors valiant this afternoon.
25-12 victory here in the third set after winning 25-16 and 25-22. And with that, the Wolverines improved to 4-0 on the season with only 1 set lost up to this point.
What are your 3 takeaways from this game, Zach?
I mean, to me, from Michigan's standpoint, to me, I think their offense was very successful. I think they did a very good job placing the ball. That was the biggest thing to me. Not all their kills were hard hit balls. I just think they placed it where no one else was. And then on top of that, I think the pretty solid team effort all around. I mean, you have Jess Mruzik with 10 kills, Jackie Bonney with 8, Kendall Murray with 7, Jess Robinson 6, Serena Niambio with 5. So I think you look around, it wasn't just one key contributor. It felt like you were always saying, oh, here's another key contributor. So I think everyone really got involved well. So those are the biggest 2 to me. And then stopping Toledo's kill attempts and taking advantage of what I think at some points it was pretty unfundamental play from the Rockets.
Fair enough. Well, that'll do it for this afternoon's game. Tune in tonight at 7:30 as the Wolverines take on Morehead State. We'll try to tell you the result of the last game. Right now, our stats broadcast is telling us that last game ended in a tie. I don't think that's correct, but it is possible. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Joshua Tenzer for Zach Linder and all of WCBN Sports. Tune in later for the other game, but for now, good evening and go blue. Cool.